Hey, folks, welcome to the broadcast, our Community Connection Live update. Got Rich with us. Rich has been away on vacation for about 2 weeks. And Rich, we're glad to have you back. I've had you back all this week, and it's just nice to have you back because a lot gets done around here when you're here in the office, and you're always a big help. But how was vacation?
Vacation was amazing. I missed everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks. I actually got some emails from some of our fans, and it was kind of nice, and some text messages from folks that watch us. So thanks for the well wishes, folks. I missed everybody. It was great to be back.
Yeah, good stuff. Got some people joining in the comments. We got Dorothy saying hello and Georgina. She is in Ocean Shores, Washington. So quite the distance away. We're glad you made it safe. And we hope you have a good time and then transition back to Mount Juliet all in one piece as well. So good stuff, Georgina. Glad you're watching us from afar. But great, Rich. Let's see how the weekly update looks. Not too much going on lately. We've had some different pursuits and such, but crime where it affects our residents is down, which is always good. Crimes against property is down 20%, the lowest it has ever been since 2016. Burglary is down 34%. Robbery is down 67%, which is the lowest it has been since before 2004. And I started working here in 2004, so nearly 19 years. Car burglary has dropped 41%, which is the lowest it has been before 2004 as well. Car theft is also down 29%, the lowest it's been since 2016, and shoplifting is down 42%, the lowest it's been since 2014. So overall, it's nice to see the crime that affects our community members is down. What is up is the crimes against society, but that's up 21%, which is the highest ever reported. But that's related to drug violations, drug equipment violations, and weapon law violations. So when our officers are extremely proactive, you see that crimes against society go up. But it's nice to see that their proactivity is lowering the crimes against persons and lowering the crimes against property. So it's just interesting when officers are out working in the field, making stops and just being proactive, making contact with different individuals. The crimes that are discovered during that contact, such as drug violations, that does lead to a hit on our crime stats. But that's okay. The biggest goal that we are looking forward to trying to combat is the crimes that affect our community members, that create victims. And that is definitely a lot lower. So all good news. Our crime rate remains at 50.06. Other cities around us, the largest one is at 102, and you have one at 77. Some that are lower in the Williamson County area at 28.05 and 29.25. Their crimes against society are a lot lower, and the proactivity, my guess, is a lot less. So that could be why that crime number is a little bit lower in those communities. But Rich, how does the weekly update look November 17th through November 23rd?
Yeah, I kept getting right into the numbers. 707 police calls for service this week, 50 fire calls, 19 crime reports, 83 arrest charges, 308 stops, 180 citations, 32 non-injury crashes, and 5 injury crashes. So still doing okay on the crash numbers. Of course, we always want them to be as low as possible, but those are about average for our normal weeks.
Yeah, all related to distracted driving too, for the most part. I wouldn't all is a bit of exaggeration, but for the most part, the majority of those crashes are related to distracted driving. A lot of rear end crashes, crashes that could easily be avoided when our officers go out and look at it. You think, how could this happen? And really, the only way it could happen is if someone wasn't paying attention, and that's when the impact occurs. We go out and do a crash report. So just please focus on paying attention when you drive to hopefully try to avoid crashes.
We also had several this week too, over on Golden Bear from the deer. So the
A lot
deer
of
are
deer,
very active this
yes.
time of
I'm
year.
glad you mentioned that, Rich. There's a lot of deer running around. Got to be careful. Again, you still got to pay attention, right? Sometimes we understand that the crashes into the deer are a bit unavoidable, and sometimes that you will stop and the deer will run into the side of you. It just happens. I've had that happen to me, and Rich, I'm sure that's happened to you as well.
Okay.
But they get forward momentum going, and and you may stop, but they may still keep going and run right into the side of you. But it does happen. We call Golden Bear Gateway our Golden Bear Game Preserve because it isn't big open roadway with a lot of fields, a lot of places that the deer like to go and the turkeys that you can see out that way. And Rich, I remember the turkey. And speaking of Thanksgiving, um, Rich ran into a turkey once, and in the large community service officer truck, it just leaped off the side of the road right in front of Rich's big truck. It did damage the whole grill area on the truck, but it happens, and you got to be careful. Rich, I think yours was probably unavoidable. You saw it there, and all of a sudden you were driving by, and it decided to go for a leap, and unfortunately he didn't make it. But just be careful, pay attention when you're out there. You never know what hazard will jump up in front of you that you may have to try to brake really hard to try to avoid impact or try to dodge impact if you can swerve out of that object's way.
Yep. And then getting into our crime reports. 6 fraud reports, 5 theft reports, 3 harassments, a couple each of property damage and family disturbances, and a forgery.
All right.
And on the arrest charges this week, some good proactive numbers as always. 22 driving on suspended and revoked, 16 simple possession of drugs, 7 no driver's license arrests, 6 warrant arrests, 5 DUIs, and you see the other ones there. All some really good proactive numbers there.
Yep. All good stuff.
And then, of course, on the Guardian Shield program, our LPR system, the top 3 numbers everyone likes to see: 139 stolen cars, 62 stolen plates, and 99 wanted persons recovered since the program has been in place.
Mm-hmm. It seems with holiday season, Rich, we're receiving more of these alerts lately here in the city, and our officers are going out there and doing what they can to intercept that criminal element. And we do see that from time to time during the holiday season, where there's just more crime in the area. A lot more is going on, and there's more theft, I guess, to happen. And so just be careful out there, especially if you're shopping. Right, you want to secure your packages, ensure they are not visible in your vehicle. And if you're shopping in stores, take small items of cash with you or use your credit card. Don't take large purses that can become a distraction or something that a would-be thief would want and maybe take from you. Just be mindful of that when you're out shopping this holiday season. We'll have a lot of officers in our shopping areas through what we call Operation Safe Shopper, where we direct patrols more into the shopping areas that stay pretty busy in our community, whether it's in Providence or Paddocks. You will see plenty of police officers out and about, and there's going to be officers you may not notice in our undercover units in the stores and plain clothes as well, keeping an eye on things.
And that's what I got for you on stats.
Very cool. So as we go into Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone, I hope you have a wonderful week this week and with your family and friends and whatever you have going on. Now, we have a turkey trot in the morning. If you're running in that, I'll be out there with Rich. It'll be around Two Rivers Ford in the Providence area. We'll be helping with traffic in that morning. People run for it's called the Rescue Run through Two Rivers Ford, the Tommy Crockett Memorial Run, Rescue Run. They've changed the name from Turkey Trot to Rescue Run, but all the same, plenty of turkeys will be out there running bright and early with their pets. But today, through Abundant Life Church, the Rousson family stopped by with $2,500 in gift cards, MAPCO gift cards, that we are going to give our officers so our officers can bless individuals in our community who may need a boost, right? So our officers will have those gift cards. If they come in contact with someone who they can help lend a hand to, they will give them that gift card so they maybe can get gas or get whatever items that they need at the different MAPCO locations across our community. We really appreciate the generosity of the members of Abundant Life Church and the offering that they took to provide for this effort, and because we're always looking to strengthen bridges across our community. And it's always a shock to someone's face when a police officer hands them something and says, "Hey, this is on me, this is on us. Go help yourself. Here's some money for gas," whatever it may be. Not everyone is as fortunate as we are, and we need to do everything we can to help those who are less fortunate in our community. You never know what someone's going through, right? So kindness can go such a long way, and we appreciate the Rousson family for helping us share that love through their efforts so we can continue to do what we can to be as kind as we can to our visitors in the community, but also residents in our community. So thank you so much. Great pictures. Milo got some hugs in that. That's one of their sons, River, just giving Milo a big old hug. And then, of course, you have Foster here. And you may know Foster from time to time, different photos that we post. But he definitely wants to be a police officer one day. And one day he will probably be serving the streets of Mount Juliet once he reaches the age to do so. But he just loves to come by as well and love on our police officers and give them the encouragement they need to go out every day and keep this city safe. So really, really appreciate them. Let's talk about fake social media posts. These different posts that we see actually generate a lot of calls into our dispatch center. So we're trying to do what we can to educate our community about the different fake posts that you see out and about on the different groups amongst Facebook, wherever it may be. But social media, you can be anyone you want to be. You can post anything you want to post. And there are going to be people out there that believe what you post. And what really bugs me, Rich, is when we have a true post about a missing person out and it may get 200 shares. But then we see a fake post like you see here, and that may get like 1,600 shares. And it's fake. It is completely fake. I don't quite understand the motivation of individuals who make these posts, and they originate from out of the country, and the names are fake, the photos are fake, the photos that are used or stolen from another post somewhere, such as you see here with a gentleman with his dog, and they generate these fake posts to generate a lot of shares. I don't know if that maybe influences the analytics on their profiles to get more views on the profiles. But once you know what a fake post looks like, it's pretty easy to identify the fake post that you see. So typically the capitalization, the wording is off, the punctuation is off in the post as well. You can then search through Facebook the content of the post, that text, put it in the search, but just delete the city name. And then you'll see tons of other posts across the nation that are posted by same or different individuals using fake names, fake pictures, fake profiles. Don't even generate anywhere near what we have going on. So just remember that, and also know too that we are going to let you know if we have verified the true details, the factual details in relation to a missing person, that we need to get that information out to the community. We are going to push it out. If there's an emergency incident in our community where we need our community members to take action to keep themselves safe, we are going to let you know through MJ Alert, through our social media, through our text message system. We like to communicate with our community because we know that when we communicate, that keeps you informed, so you can take measures to keep yourself safe. So be mindful of that. If you see fake posts out there, do not share. Verify the post before you share, because it's always good to share the good factual information, but the proliferation of fake information and posts can generate a lot of fear that is unnecessary. And we just want everyone to be careful and be mindful that there are people out there who will act like someone different, who will post anything and everything, and it is a lie and not true. So do your diligence to verify the information. And as you order packages for Christmas time, be mindful. Protect those packages. There are thieves out there who follow UPS trucks, FedEx trucks, delivery drivers. They will drive through neighborhoods and look at porches to see what they can take. And if you leave those boxes stacked up for any length of time, they could be gone by what we call porch pirates. But you could always schedule deliveries to arrive at your home when you're there. You can have a trusted neighbor or friend pick up your packages, install a doorbell camera that helps us in many different things that happens in communities to help us solve crime. So we love the different surveillance systems that are out there. And you could deliver packages to a shipping store, a shipping locker, or your workplace if your workplace allows that. So just be mindful about your packages and know that there's people out there that want to take stuff from you. And continue to lock your cars at your house and while you shop. Remove your valuables and guns from those vehicles. Take the keys with you, and you can help us too. Anytime you see anything suspicious, please give us a call, and we will dispatch an officer out to that area to verify the suspicious activity to determine what it is, whether it's true suspicious activity or not, or just something that looks suspicious. And turning on your home exterior lights can help too. It brightens up neighborhoods. A lot of the thieves do not want to get caught, and they like to operate in dark areas. So if you turn on your exterior lights, they will want to stay away from that. Usually, it's a helpful tactic to do. Good deal. We have some events coming up. It's about Christmas time. Christmas parade is what, 2 weeks away? Is that about right? It's the Golden Christmas Parade, celebrating Mount Juliet's 50th year that it's been an incorporated city. December 10th, 11 a.m., the same route that it has been lately, starting at the Mount Juliet League Field, down Lebanon Road to Mount Juliet Road to Division Street, East Division, where it will end there at the train station. I look forward to everyone. We will be out and about ensuring traffic goes well. There is not a marathon or a 5K run happening this year. It is just the parade. Traffic should be a lot smoother. But Saturday, December 10th at 11 a.m. is when it kicks off. We always try to close the road about 5 minutes prior to 11. So you will want to be parked at your good viewing spot just before 11 by about 10:55. If not, those roads will start to close and you will be stuck where you're at if you don't try to get to your spot early. There's also a holiday lighting contest happening. The police department actually started this back in 2020 during the COVID times. We wanted to try to generate some cheer in the community as we all dealt with the COVID restrictions. But Christmas Across Mount Juliet, sponsored by Hudson Pillar Insurance, great family. They do a lot for our community, from the Mount Juliet Animal Shelter to many different projects such as this. And they are sponsoring this, the holiday lighting contest. It's super easy. If you decorate your home up to any degree in Mount Juliet, submit that for the contest. There's many different awards you could win and gift cards that you can win, but you just go to the city's website at mountjuliet-tn.gov to register and put your name in, register for that, and maybe you'll win for your decorations. And there's a lot of different homes that go all out in the city. It's always neat to see. So awesome stuff. Always cool for this time of year, other than the cold weather. I like it. If you haven't registered for MJ Alert, sign up. Text MJ to 67283. Rich, how's the weather through Thanksgiving?
It's not looking too bad. Temperatures are going to be nice during the day in the mid to upper 60s. Thanksgiving Day, during the day, is going to be pretty. So for the turkey trot tomorrow morning, or we're calling it something different this year. I'm sorry.
Rescue run.
Yeah, the rescue run. The rescue run for tomorrow morning is going to be pretty. But come afternoon and evening time, we're looking at showers in the evening and overnight hours. Nothing severe at this point. Of course, if it ends up turning that way, of course, we'll let everybody know as best we can. Just stay tuned to your local weather outlets as well. But throughout the rest of the week and weekend, it's looking pretty good temperature-wise, but we're going to be getting a little rain, very much needed rain, because we're still technically in a drought phase. But overall, not too bad. Not too bad.
Looks like a lot of days with rain.
Yep, we're going to be getting some rain on and off. High percentages, the best chance of good rain is going to be coming through Saturday, when we're going anywhere from 30 to 80% all be over during the day and overnight on Saturday.
Got it. Well, good deal. Looks like it is warmer as well. It's low of freezing. Always
mid to upper 60s is going to be pretty during the day. So,
all right, we're always here to take any questions, folks. We like this to be interactive. So if you have a question, comment, type that in your comment section, and we will do our best to get to it. And Dorothy here, she says the new construction on Golden Bear are taking over the habitat of the wild animals, and that happens. Any home that they build, and the home I live in, and the home that Rich lives in, and everyone else lives in, was once a lot of trees, right? A field, something, right? And when you build on it, it does take away from that. That is just part of it. But that's growth in our community, and we continue to grow. It's always good, though, to ensure that it's managed growth, and we rely on our elected leadership to keep that growth as managed as they can. Obviously, we live in a country where if you own property, you can sell that property, and then, of course, it can be developed to try to do whatever adventure someone wants to do on that property, whether it's build a business or a developer develop it into a retail shopping mall. So We just got to keep it managed as we can. Appreciate the kind words from Janice. Guardian Shield rocks, and so do our MJPD officers. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for that. A lot of happy Thanksgivings from Miss Pam and Barbara and Tracy. Really appreciate all that. And Georgina just giving a tip here. Security cameras help too. Absolutely. And the big question from Mickey, can you confirm that Costco is coming to Golden Bear Gateway, Beckwith, and 40 rumors? I cannot confirm that. But it's probably a promising thing that will happen. We'll see what happens. Rich, you can't confirm that either, right?
I cannot.
Sworn to secrecy, right? But hopefully something like that will come to Golden Bear Gateway. It'll be great to see. Great to see. I know a lot of people want the Costco. They want the Whole Foods. Is that right? Trader Joe's. What are some other things that we hear request for?
Those are kind of the big three.
About the big three.
The Costco, the Trader Joe's, the
Chewy's. I hear that quite a bit.
Yeah,
I know they're interested because they were going to try to buy the O'Charlie's vacant store, but now a bank has bought it before them. But I hear Chewy's is still interested. Of course, you can always go to the City of Mount Juliet Facebook. Got to give them a plug. And Justin Beasley, Kenny Martin, our city manager, they are always putting out tidbits on the Facebook page through live video updates and different video updates. Justin, we're glad to have him as a part of the city. He's been here almost over a year, maybe a bit more, and he's the city's public information officer. And his duty is just to keep our community informed about everything City of Mount Juliet, and he does a really good job with that on their different communication platforms, from their Instagram and Facebook and on Twitter. So check out the different videos on their Facebook for a lot of the insight on developments in our community. So, Rich, what else you got? What else is going on?
I'll probably get out and work the road a little bit this evening. Not too late though, because I got to be up in the morning for the turkey trot. I'm sorry, I still always call it a turkey trot. It's like calling the Sears Tower back home the Sears Tower. It'll always be the Sears Tower, no matter what they rename it. My fellow Chicago people out there will understand that.
Absolutely. Well, good. Be safe, Rich. I'll be out for a bit this evening as well with you in the morning. And we're just hoping for a safe holiday weekend into the weekend. And our officers are out there working hard. They're out there now. They will continue to be out there. Have to mention the deputy who was shot last night, the Wilson County Sheriff's deputy. We are so grateful that it was not a life-threatening gunshot wound. He was shot in the leg after a pursuit termination. The suspect got out, I guess just started shooting is what I read in the news reports, and it hit the deputy in the leg. Can be super scary, but our police officers, they're out there working now. They're away from their families. They will be away from their families through Thanksgiving, and they're risking their lives for us to keep this city safe, right? And that I see it. Some days I get emotional about it because I see what they go through. I know we don't pay them enough. I know we don't give them enough, but they're out there and they're serving us, keeping us safe and going after the dangerous people so we don't have to in our community. They truly work hard to keep this city safe. I see it every day. I see it in these numbers where there are cities so much bigger than us, so many more officers than us, and the amount of evidence that we recover, the criminal charges that our officers find through their proactivity is triple what these other cities do. And it just highlights our police officers' efforts and how hard they work for our community. One interesting tidbit is I'm also working on the project to ensure we have a new headquarters because we have outgrown our current headquarters. And through that project, working with our architects who work with a lot of other police departments and building police headquarters buildings and on the evidence section, we require a very large evidence room, and they're shocked at the size of our current evidence room, and they're shocked at the fact that we have outgrown our current evidence room. And so when we're planning this building to last us until 2040, So we're good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. Let's get it all knocked out at once, so we're not dealing with it for years to come. They're just shocked in the size of it. And when I look at the numbers on how much our officers work hard to keep this city safe, they are working their rear end off out here, and they're collecting a lot of evidence through their proactivity, which of course has to go in the evidence room, and that's why our evidence room has to be larger to support our officers' activity out there, because we continue daily to have crime influences from cities around us, not in our community. The majority of the individuals that are arrested are not from the city of Mount Juliet. They just come here to commit crime, to steal. They're passing through. Our officers are intercepting them, and they're making the stops. Guardian Shield leads us to a lot of those interceptions of dangerous people, wanted people, people with drugs, people with weapons. And we're just very active, but we need to be active because we need to keep this community safe. We want Mount Juliet to be safe for our families, for our visitors, for everyone that comes here, so we can have that good quality of life. But we are just next door to an area with a lot of crime. And we're doing what we can to preserve this beautiful city, this city of low crime, this safe city. And it's due to our officers. There's other efforts that help as well, such as the cleanliness of our city, such as certain codes and different things. But a lot of it goes to the hard work of our police officers, because I see it in the numbers, and they do good work. And they are just a blessing to all of us, and really appreciate what they do each and every day. So everyone, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. We're here for you if you need us. All you have to do is reach out and call, and we'll do whatever we can to help you. Take care. Be safe.